Yeah. I didn't watch Loki, man.
I like
Loki.
The Loki show?
I gotta go
Yeah.
back and watch Loki again.
Yeah, the show.
I haven't watched all of it. I don't follow super deeply any of this Marvel stuff.
The
but
Marvel stuff I'm kind of
from what I've seen of the Loki show, I enjoyed it. I'm sure I'd enjoy it more if I was invested to the lore, because there's a lot of little Easter eggs and ooh, that's that one thing.
I heard they made Loki a woman.
I really like WandaVision though. I think that was my favorite of all the Marvel shows or miniseries.
I liked it just because we got a White Vision, and White Vision aesthetically is like my favorite Vision.
That sounds very dangerous.
That does sound very dangerous.
That's racist.
The White Vision is the best vision.
Yeah. No,
You start off by saying you don't have any black friends, and now White Vision's the best vision. We get it.
There was a stretch of time where Vision, he was
all white.
Yeah, he was all white, and I thought that was cool. But since then, he's always been like his red and green scheme and red, yellow, green, all that stuff. But he looked cool when he was just all white, and the show overall was really cool. I liked it.
I fell off. It lost me.
And most people are just sick of Marvel, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I've fallen off too.
It was like 8 episodes or something. It's super short.
They're all at 8 episodes, and I still can't. It's short sometimes.
It's like I don't care though. It's like 8 episodes of like I just don't care.
They're not gonna. They're. Well, A, people are getting sick, and B, the quality has sucked.
Well, the thing is, I watched a video about this the other day about how Marvel is just struggling with Phase 4. Are they on right now?
Phase 5 going on to now.
Okay, so
but Phase 4 was the last one that has not been as great.
1 through 3 was all a massive build-up. And then 4 was just individual stories kind of all over the place that didn't really feel important like the other movies did. Because, sure, they had Easter eggs leading up to, this is going to happen next. But it didn't have that, that punch to it. Yeah.
Right.
I didn't have a drive to watch.
I remember you mentioning before that Marvel started making a mistake when they announced their slate.
Oh, dude, when they started releasing 4 years worth of movies
what they're going to be developing.
It stole the fun.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. I think that they need to they just need to take a step back and reevaluate what they have, and also kind of really dissect what makes those properties popular.
Sure.
And,
I think we're going to lose more people with the next phase too, because it's going to be a very science fiction heavy phase.
And the thing is, if it's an awful time for Moon Knight to be introduced.
It's always been an awful time for Moon Knight to be introduced.
You! Yeah, that might be true though. But the thing is,
it's never a good time for Moon Knight to be introduced.
Because he was introduced in a time where they were so built hellbent on all the lighthearted stuff that a character like him, you need to introduce a character in a time where anger is accepted. And right now, anger is not accepted in society.
Well,
for a character like him, he is such an angry and mean character. We need to have a time where even the Punisher is safe. And the Punisher is not safe.
Well, I think introducing him during a time when
we're getting into some deeper stuff.
This is going to be a different clip all on its own.
Yeah, so...
But anyway, I think you need to introduce Moon Knight when there's something important going on. They introduced him when we didn't have to care about Moon Knight. He wasn't involved in the major process of the Infinity War. So why would I care about no offense, a B or C list
He is a B character, and that's the beauty of him. That's why I like him.
Right. So to make me care about him, you have to involve him in something much grander than himself.
Right.
And that's basically they did, that's why I had no interest, because it was all just about Moon Knight. It didn't pertain to anything else going on, and that's every single movie or series in this last phase. It doesn't pertain to anything.
I agree. When a character like Moon Knight, it's best to introduce him as a character that you only hear about shit that he's done.
Sure.
About the
and
fucking
then the Moon Knight shows up.
And then the awful shit that he's done.
My take on this, when he was released, why he was released, is because he was already a property on the back burner, and they can't they're already doing main side shows with a lot of your other bigger characters.
That's exactly it.
So he's filler just to keep people busy until the next big Marvel movie comes out.
There's people like me that have been clamoring for him, and there's a strong enough base. They're gonna feed into that because they've run out of all the other properties.
Look, there's not a strong enough fan base.
There is no.
They were like, okay,
Larry,
everyone go on a YouTube video and about comic books, and we need to get some ideas. And they saw your comment on a video somewhere on the top of the list and said,
no. But he is though. Moon Knight is totally popular though. He is totally popular. He's one of the better selling Marvel titles currently.
I'm just letting you run your Steam.
Hey, I know you are.
I'm just letting you run your Steam.
Listen, Moon Knight is a fantastic character, but he's not the character that cinematically he should be released for. He should have been. Remember years ago they were coming out with a barrage of fucking movies where it was fucking. You could be praised for being as violent as you want.
Sure.
Moon Knight is that character.
Okay.
110 fucking percent.
So they need to Deadpool
it? What's that?
Deadpool it?
They need to Deadpool it?
He's a character that the highlight of his fucking career was that nobody wants to fuck with him because he cut his arch nemesis' face off.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He's fucking nuts, dude. You don't PG-13 a character like that. He's just mean. He's nuts, okay? Don't fucking turn this character into a pussy.
I felt like they tried to skirt tail like a lot of the violence during the show.
Absolutely.
I understand how it worked out with him like not being present in himself, like he's blacking out.
That's always been a thing that he does.
But they use that as an excuse to cut away from the violence, and then all of a sudden these bad guys are already beaten up, and we didn't get to see any.
It's absolutely always been a kind of a thing where, and that's a whole nother thing regarding the DID aspect of the situation, because Moon Knight's a complicated character to handle when it comes to those kinds of things, when you're dealing with mental illness and stuff. I live with a mentally ill
I feel like
person.
these days with Marvel, every character is hard for them to handle.
It is, especially these days, but I think that time will pass.
Right.
And I think that a more proper We're getting way off fucking topic.
Yeah, I'm going to cut you off here.
Yeah.
So everything,
Follow
everywhere,
us
all
on
at once.
Unpopular. I'm going to take this clip out of our movie segment and make it its own video.
We'll put this somewhere else.